Hello, students. In this video, we're going to talk about your final performance-based project. This project centers on middle school leadership. In this project, you're going to take a hypothetical stance that you are in a middle school as a teacher, and perhaps you're on an academic committee where you are charged with raising the academic bar, the academic achievement of your students. And to do so, you need to identify three best practices, three strategies, the goals, the participants, and then how they link to some research or theory. And the research and theory that we are going to use is the reading from this week on Jim Collins' Good to Great, which Jim is a renowned leadership expert. And the model that he presents is really based on what he calls level 5 leadership. Level 5 leadership is marked by leaders who are extremely goal driven, but also extremely humble. I love this model. It really I looks very much like servant leadership, which is what I feel most successful and effective teachers are. They're servants first, and they lead by serving their students. So I think you're going to find some great nuggets of wisdom within Jim Collins' leadership model. And even though it was initially intended for management in the corporate world, for making great and timeless businesses, if you would, I think that much of what he writes translates quite well to the academic setting. And since it really is quite akin to servant leadership, I think that you're going to find some of the aspects of Good to Great are going to be really, really pivotal and foundational for setting up effective strategies for raising the academic bar within your hypothetical school as you're writing. You're also going to identify at least two of the 21 strategies that you feel would be most helpful with implementing each of the given strategies that you choose. In all, you're going to pick three strategies. There are 10 within chapter 10 of your textbook, and you just pick three that you would like to implement within your hypothetical school. Underneath each strategy, you will list some goals that you would like to see come about as a result of implementing these strategies, the key participants. You will also, as you're looking at the screen, you will discuss how Collins's level 5 leadership principles apply here and how they could help to achieve that strategy. And then you will also identify at least two of the 21 leadership traits that would be quite effective in implementing the strategy as well. And you will do the same exact thing for the other two strategies that you pick. You have goals, participants, the level 5 leadership applications, and then the 21 leadership responsibilities traits that would be most helpful in implementing the strategy. You will basically have at a minimum 3 pages single spaced for this performance-based project. You do not need to double space it, but you can if you would like. It's a little bit shorter than the others, and you're following a basic template. Everybody's will look the same with the exception of your goals, what you perceive to be the most key participants or stakeholders within the implementation of the strategy, and how you feel that the level 5 leadership principles apply, and what what traits you believe would be most effective and integral to achieving these strategies. Now, why are we focusing so much on leadership at the end of this course? Well, it's because with the Common Core State Standards having been implemented, and with high stakes tests and graduation tests being more seamlessly aligned to them, the stakes are much higher for students and for teachers within schools. And those came about because our students were not performing well on international assessments academically when compared to our European and our Asian counterparts. And so as a result, we've put in more evidence-based assessments. When I say we, our country has put in more evidence-based assessments so that we can demonstrate that students are achieving and reaching benchmarks that have been set. This really puts so much more pressure on teachers in order to help students raise the bar for themselves and to achieve. So That's why we look at some strategies for achieving more academically, and why we look at teachers adopting traits that will help them to be leaders within their schools to therefore achieve such strategies. It's going to be really important for you to take on that leadership role, not only academically, but we know that the middle school level is just such a period of growth and transformation for our students, not only academically, but socially, emotionally, and all of that feeds together and they all affect one another. So, implementing these strategies will not just have implications on students' academic performance, but on their full development. And so I think that these will translate to other aspects of their life. And even though we focus on the middle school here, I believe that so many of these strategies are useful in elementary school and in high school too. So I think that you're going to walk away with some effective leadership strategies that are going to help you to be really effective leaders among the faculty within your future school. So that is everything that I wanted to go over regarding the last performance-based project. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to send me an email. God bless.